Hello everybody, welcome to the Political Boom. My name is Graham Elwood. Shave your knuckles for just a lot of stories here on how people from the intelligence community, the military intelligence community, are working in social media. So we've seen Facebook and especially Twitter, how they just deplatform this person but not this person. And some new information just came out. A guy from a British intelligence unit has been on the board of directors or something like that for Twitter for the last 6 years. Twitter's head of editorial for Middle East is officer in British Army's Information Warfare Unit. He's in the reserves. Well, wait, Graham, you know, reservists work in, that's what being a reservist is. You work in the civilian community and you're just called up to service. You're going after the military. Anyone who's in the reservists, really? You think this is just a wacky coincidence? Let's find out. Gordon McMillan disclosed his role in the 77th Brigade on his own LinkedIn profile. I have a strong interest in politics and international affairs, and I'm a reserve officer in the British Army serving in 77th Brigade, which specializes in non-lethal engagement. Let's find out first what he does at Twitter. He's been working at Twitter for 6 years and has been head of editorial Europe and Middle East and Africa since July 2016. Well, what does the 77th Brigade do? Is it just like they build roads for people? The guy that's in the reserves building roads, you know, in the Middle East. Why should we be so suspect, Graham? Are you a tinfoil hattie? Are you a big tinfoil hat guy, Graham? Boom. 77th Brigade was created in January of 15 in a restructure of military units, including the 15 Psychological Operations Group and the Media Operations Group. This is the nickname for this is PSYOPs. PSYOPs is psychological warfare. And they combine psychological warfare with media operations, meaning using psychological warfare in social media. What a wacky coincidence. He works at one of the biggest social media platforms on the face of the earth. Crazy. That's weird. But I thought everyone in Silicon Valley was a bunch of guys in, you know, Star Wars shirts and hoodies, right? Like me, I'm a hipster. I'm a hipster unelected tech billionaire that hires intelligence officers to construct the narrative and crush dissenting voices against the American empire. Yay, hipsters, skateboards. Here's what they did. Troops were to deliver means of shaping behavior through the use of dynamic narratives using the very best talent from the regulars and the reserve. Dynamic narratives? So you know when something fake trends or when somebody calls out the American empire and it's one of its allies, the Brits, you see how this coordinated, like Russia's bad. North Korea just launched a missile. Well, we just launched a missile too. So when we do it, our missiles are for freedom. Their missiles are crazy. You see that narrative, how it's pushed? I just came back from Russia. And the Russian people were very nice and kind to me. Capitalism was alive and well in Russia. There wasn't some like groupthink where they all just walked lockstep with Putin. There was people that didn't like Putin. There was people that thought he did a good job of pulling Russia out of the 90s after the Soviet Union collapsed in 91. The 90s were up for grabs in Russia. There was tanks. Yeltsin, who was propped up by the United States, was an awful drunk. And some people are like, yeah, Putin was strong. He saved us. The younger people, they're very critical of him. There's opposition media over there that's just is very critical of Putin. There's state media that's just says how great he is. But all we hear in this country is how bad Russia. And you think it comes from all these different places. Well, I saw it on the news. I saw Rachel Maddow say this. And then I saw something on Twitter. It's all coordinated. Do you see this? It's all coordinated. It's all coordinated. An Army spokesperson said, we employ special reserve personnel from a variety of civilian occupations in order to utilize the skills and experience of senior professionals. No. Oh, you're telling me He was working at Twitter, and then that's when you hired him? The 77th Brigade hired him for... No. Your PSYOP unit made sure you planted a guy high up in a massive social media platform. That's what you did. And don't give me this nonsense. There is no relationship or agreement between the 77th Brigade and Twitter other than using it as a social media platform.
The Italian American Business Association is a social club. There's no criminal activity here, and I resent the implication that there's a social club. That's all we're doing here. It's a social club. I'm a legitimate contractor. I'm in the construction business. It's a legitimate business. It's a legitimate business, and I resent the implications.
We do not allow our data services to be used in surveillance purposes in any other manner inconsistent with people's expectation of privacy. Wow, is that not the most vaguey, double-speaky thing I've ever heard? Whatever your expectations are, that's where we're at. We're right around your expectations. Did you have an expectation that your spouse wouldn't cheat on you? Okay, that's a reasonable expectation. My expectation was I was going to stick my dick wherever it was supposed to go, and we just have different expectations. We should trust the British Army, though, right? Because we just had this. British Lance Corporal was recruiting soldiers for neo-Nazi terrorist group. Lance Corporal Miko Vivalian vowed to die committed to the white race. Oh, well, rest easy, kids. PSYOPs and neo-Nazis, that's who we got over the British Army, and they're pretty much working lockstep. And you better believe the 77th Brigade knows how to work well with the American PSYOPs and the CIA and MI6. You see this? See this now? It seems like it's coming from all these different places. No. There's one narrative that comes from the top down, and they sprinkle it through all these different places because they've done studies. That's how the human brain works, right? It's like this is marketing. You see an ad for a product in a magazine. You see it on social media. And then you see it the third time you see it in a third place. That's when you go, oh, like a concert. There's this musician in town going to do a big show, whatever. They're going to do their big concert. And you see it, someone posted on social media. You hear about it on radio. And then you see a billboard. The third time is when you're more than likely going to buy it. So they do the same thing. Right? Russia, Russia, Russia bad, whatever. Bernie Sanders is old. Whatever the thing is, all of his supporters are sexist. Whatever the thing is, whatever the threat to their power structure, the ruling class, the military-industrial complex, whatever's a threat, then that's when they'll go after it. Right? Climate change, addressing climate change is a threat to the oil lobby. So then they are putting out all this climate change denial and all these, what seems like all these different places. So you're like, oh, maybe there's some new science that I should. No, it's coming from one spot. And this is how they do it. The intelligence community is in the media. It's in social media. It's in universities. They are shaping the narrative. They're within the Democratic Party. I did a video last year about all the CIA Democrats running. Pete Buttigieg was an intelligence officer. See what I'm saying? And they're all coordinated. But that's why you get your news here, because you're smarter than that. You're not going to sit there and let, when MSNBC or CNN has a former intelligence officer, that's just that's an active operative working to shape the narrative through the corporate media. And now we've got someone at Twitter shaping the message, shaping the narrative to fit the global empire of war with America and its allies, the UK being one of them. Thank you so much for supporting what I do. Had a great time in Russia. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. They are unsubscribing me at record numbers. They are throttling. I've talked to Convo Couch, Placone, Jimmy Dore. They just, boom, clamped us all down. They're unsubscribing. So make sure you've subscribed. Even if you've done it numerous times, hit the bell notification button. I go live every Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific. Also, I will be going live after the Democratic debates on October 15th. And I'm going to do another Political Vigilante game show live October 22nd, and all my tour dates for Australia in November are all at grahamelwood.com. Support me at Patreon. Support me at rockfin.com/GrahamElwood, which is a blockchain cryptocurrency platform. Boom. Shave your knuckles for justice. You're all making Gotham great again. Thanks for watching.